Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the Apple HomePod 2. I'm going to be giving my honest opinion about the speaker, whether you should buy it or not, and I'm definitely going to include a sound test recorded on an iPhone 12 Pro Max. Also, please click the like and subscribe button. It's that easy. It's just the click of a button and it helps me a lot. So I know the HomePod also has Dolby Atmos. I don't really find it's useful for me because I can't really tell the difference at all in it. It's also got the new S8 chip, so because it's got 2 less tweeters and I think 2 less microphones, it's using its digital stuff to make up for all the stuff it's lost. And I actually think it kind of works. But I'd still rather have 2 more tweeters and 2 more mics. It's much better. Although not everyone will be happy about the HomePod losing some tweeters and microphones, Apple has made up for it with using all their technology. The new HomePod has lots of different technologies and programming and tuning that Apple has put into this thing that makes it possibly a better speaker. So speaking of the Apple HomePod 2 specs, it has 5 tweeters arrayed in a circle around. I think it has 3 microphones, I might be wrong. It has 1 upwards firing 4.5 inch woofer. That is also a high excursion / long throw. And it's also got Apple's new S8 chip integrated up there. I'll also be talking about the frequency response and how it reaches down to 32 Hz later. So as you can see, the HomePod has had a slight bump in the 32 Hz to maybe 50 Hz range. And then as the volume starts to get higher, the bass starts to just edge off. And then the mids and the highs, that's where they start to really come out. Unfortunately, I don't have the frequency response of the higher volumes on the HomePod, but I'm sure you can find that elsewhere. So now I'm going to talk about the competitors of the Apple HomePod. So the Apple HomePod is going to get more and more competitors in the coming years because smart home sound is starting to get really popular amongst a lot of brands. So a few of them I can talk about are like the Sonos Era 100 and the Era 300, as if the Era 100 plays stereo and the Era 300 has Dolby Atmos. I'd also say the Sonos One is still a competitor. The Amazon Echo Studio is a competitor as well. And the Google Nest Audio, I would also say, can compete in their category. Now let's move on to the sound test of the HomePod. So you guys will get to see what this sounds like at 50% volume, 80% volume, and then 100% volume. So the HomePod isn't going to be on the reduced bass option, although they do give that option. I don't really like using it unless it's nighttime or something like that. And also, the Apple Music will have the increased bass option. But Apple, they haven't really added much EQ options. Like on the JBL app, you can increase the bass, the mids, and the highs. And also Sonos, you can do that. I think Google, you can too. I'm not sure about Amazon.
God that the brothers on the rise.
Okay guys, here's my sound verdict on the HomePod, but firstly I want to apologize for not having the 100% volume, but that's because the speaker, it doesn't feel very comfortable playing it at 100% volume. It seems like the woofer might blow. So here's my sound verdict now. So at 50% volume, the bass was pretty strong, it sounded pretty good, but then at 80% volume, the bass really started to edge off, and it started to sound a little cheap, and at 100% volume, there's absolutely no bass. That's for the few times I've done it. I'd say the trebles are pretty crisp and clear, the mids as well are clear, but something that I find annoying is the HomePod just can't get up to 20 kilohertz, which is a little bit annoying for me. So now here's my verdict on the HomePod. Should you buy the HomePod? I'd say no. There are a lot more competitors that are much louder than this speaker, and they're also a lot better value. Like, I recommend going for the JBL Authentics 300. You can get way louder than the HomePod. Also, if you mind spending a little more, you can get like the Sonos Era 300, or another good option is the Harman Kardon Onyx Studio 8, or I think there's a new Onyx Studio 9 coming out, but yeah, those offer a lot more volume, and they also offer much deeper bass.